you start to gain the power, because who learns to live alone is most dangerous person. And when you deal different kind of people, that those people who bitches about you, those people who talks back about yourself, you start to question that what is my dream, what is my power, what is my great abilities, how can I change my life, why I was born, what could be my purpose, is there a God? When you watch the reel, you feel like, oh my God, this world is beautiful. When even the reels are created in a way so that you are going to get so much addicted about it. It is based on so many strategies and so many advices and so many meetings that people find out that this is something going to hit the people. This is where people are going to waste their life. Everything, every step that you see of video, it is not because, let me tell you, if you're in the high school or you're in the graduation and you're still living with your parents, please consider this. As soon as possible, leave your parents' home. Start to living with yourself. Start managing yourself. Start believing in yourself. Start creating this confidence inside yourself if you really want to be successful and happy. Because there are things that I really want to talk about, how it has shifted my brain and how I have built it something different in my life and how I literally feel amazing about myself. It's just because I live with myself. Hello, my beautiful active world. I know it's been a long since I talked to you people. I missed you a lot. I'm going to share 5 tips about how being alone makes you strong, how being alone makes you happy. If you're understanding being alone means lonely, so there is difference between being alone and lonely. Because alone means solitude, lonely means depressed, unhappy, dissatisfied. And if you're feeling lonely, I don't want to say, but go to your parents. If you kind of feel lonely, so please put yourself in a better position. First tips, it would be that you start questioning yourself. So when you move out to your family and you start to building this new life, you admire your life, you learn so many stuff. First thing, you start questioning everything in the world. So when you moved out, you get a time to yourself. You start to feeling the responsibility that you have, the kind of thing that you need to build in your life. So you start to question that what is my dream? What is my power? What is my great abilities? How can I change my life? Why I was born? What could be my purpose? Is there a God? There are so many questions that you ask yourself, and that's how you start to build. That's how you start to become more happy. That's how you feel like the new paths are opening in your life. You start to feel that it's kind of, in a strange way, it's changing your life. So moving out is a good thing because you start to question, you start to read books because of those questions. Second one is that you meet real world instead of real world. When you watch the reel, you feel like, oh my God, this world is beautiful. When even the reels are created in a way so that you are going to get so much addicted about it. It is based on so many strategies and so many advices and so many meetings that people find out that this is something going to hit the people. This is where people are going to waste their life. Everything, every step that you see of video, it is not because, and that's where you realize that there is difference between the real and real world. When you go for apartment hunting, when you buy something for yourself, you go with this fear inside yourself, what is going to happen if I cannot go for my any kind of work that you have for your apartment, for your resume, for your speech, any kind of thing that you feel in the real world. That's where and when you deal different kind of people, that those people who bitches about you, those people who talks back about yourself, those people who really like you, those people who really knows how to gaslight you, that's where you learn that there is difference between the real and real world. Third one is that you create this belief with yourself. The thing is that when you take those small steps, living alone, managing your health, managing your mental health, managing your spiritual health, that's where you learn about yourself. And confidence comes when you believe in yourself, when you build this belief in yourself. So taking those small steps, being financially free, taking those small trip with yourself, or going to alone, for eating, or somewhere spending time with yourself, that makes you happy. It is going to make you more believing in yourself, become more focused and happy. When you live with your family, there are at least 5 or 4 people, and when once start to talking about something, you also start to talking about those stuff, and that's how you spend your time. And you spend so much talking, and you spend so much time talking about your past, your future, not your present, and you realize why I am spending so much time about just talking about my past or my future. It seems like that I'm wasting my life. So if you really want to focus, start living alone, because if I am doing this YouTube stuff right now, it's all because I am living by my own self. If I had to do it with my family and with my parents, there would be a lot of disturbance. There could be no focus, and I could have not be able to create with confidence the content that I'm providing to you people. Fifth one is you don't care too much. It means you're not living with your bunch of friends and away from your family. You're always scrolling. And you're always scrolling. The thing is that living alone means you're living with yourself. You're existing in the present. That's where you feel that you have no need of anybody. Nobody can gaslight. You hold the power. If anybody comes and tells you that tomorrow I'm going to leave and everything is just going to ruin for yourself because you cannot live alone, that's where you don't care about that person, because you start to letting go of bad people. You start to accepting those people who are really meant to be in your life and who are going to make you happy for forever. You start to care for yourself. Nobody can make you living. Nobody can gaslight you. You start to feel this, maturity in yourself. You start to gain the power, because who learns to live alone is most dangerous person. Then that person is not being so much manipulated. A lot of time people come in your life and manipulate and use you in such a different way. They do bad stuff and they say and they gaslight you and make you fearful that one day I'm going to leave you. Then what you are going to do? That's where it comes. If you know how to live alone and if you are comforted with yourself, you are saying goodbye. I don't need you, man or woman, whoever you are. So that's where it comes. Start living alone. It is going to make you more happy, confident, and stable in life. So with that, my video is going to end. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in next video. Bye bye, and lots love.